back with another one with Over the Top, the podcast. I am your host, Damon Hicks. And man, we was already talking before this episode even started.
For sure.
Man, listen, I'm going to say this real quick. This is my book, The Mindset Shift. Y'all done heard me say it 1,000 times. If you want to get it on Amazon. You can type up The Mindset Shift and it should pop up. Or you can get it at my website at DamonHicks.com. The Mindset Shift, a powerful collection of 100 affirmations. Make sure you tap into that. But look, man, my guy, this is my brother right here.
For sure.
Listen, y'all. He was on this episode, the first episode I did off an iPhone.
Man, it's crazy because I remember you had the tripod set up, but you got the camera now.
Yep.
And you had the phone sitting there. We probably did about 30, 40 minutes worth of content, shaking up with you, oh yeah, this hard, bro, about to cut out. And the video wasn't even recording, bro. It was literally on the video screen, but you didn't press the button. I was like, bro, what? In my head, I'm like, bro, what? But on the outside, I'm like, no, it's cool, bro. Yeah, come on, we're going to knock it out. On the head, I'm like, bro, what, man? But yeah, we redid it. It was still hard. We redid it.
Man,
but yeah.
It's crazy, because from that day to today, so much beautiful things have happened.
Most definitely. Me and you have definitely flourished in our personal endeavors, even our collaborative events and involvements as well.
Hold on, before we start, man, let me, before we go deep into it, because we about to go crazy.
For sure.
Let them know who you are. He already been a guest, but I'm going to let him introduce himself again.
Mm-hmm.
In your description, let them know about your entrepreneurships and everything that you got too.
Definitely. My name is Jamaal. I go by Brother Jamaal. I have a number of different products and services. Starting from I'm most known for my Black culture and Black history knowledge self board game, which allows you to laugh and learn as you venture through both Black history and Black culture. The original version sold out 2 months ago, which is dope. Start off with 500 of them in 2021, sold 500 in less than 2 years. The new version of the knowledge self board game, Black culture, Black history board game, Pan-African edition, drops February 1st. I also have my Fistful of Pipe novel. It's my book that teaches you, it provides re-education, comedy, romance, all in the Blacktastic work of art. 10 chapters. You can read chapter 1 out of 10 for free on my website. If you like the Fistful of Pipe novel, you'll like the upcoming visual adaptation, the Fistful of Pipe animated series, my children's book. I do lectures and speeches. My documentary just dropped on YouTube. I got the Blacktastic clothing, as you can see. I have a number of black player vests, jackets.
That's his clothing, by the way.
For sure. Handmade by me. Because, I got to, it's important to brand yourself. Do something with your unique sense of creativity to where it can improve your overall quality of life and the people's overall quality of life as well, and inspire them and motivate them to, liberate themselves. Then we can have that sense of self-preservation, self-reliance, and self-sufficiency as a people.
Absolutely. And, with everything that he got, man, just tell me your website real quick and we're going to dive straight into the conversation.
For sure. My website is brother, as in brother and sister. My first name, Jamaal, last name, Nelson. So Brother Jamaal Nelson at brotherjamaalnelson.com. My Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter is MAAL317, but search Brother Jamaal and I'll pop right up.
Man, that's black man ain't playing, man. A young black man at that, man.
For sure.
Proud of you, bro. Like I remember the first time I had met you, bro. I seen him with a board game. A young black man with a board game. Like, come on, man. I be reminding him, like, bro, you a young black man with your own board game. Like, that's dope, bro. Like, that's, man. I don't know how to explain it, but meeting you, and seeing that, it inspired me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It showed me what's possible. And a lot of people don't see a lot of things. That's why they don't believe certain things is even possible.
Yeah.
And so for you to be on here again, and for you to have all those accomplishments, he just had a documentary that was played in the movie, like in the movie theaters, real movie theaters, not
living room theater. It was amazing too, because they ain't one of them little rinky-dink little things, poor camera quality, it ain't really put together right. The story isn't really, captivating, because my story is very fascinating. And I didn't even know it was fascinating until, Brother Murdoch told me, and other people telling me, hey, man, you got an interesting story, interesting journey. It's worthy enough of documenting. So, yeah.
Man, so, yeah, absolutely, man. So, congrats to all of that, man. Y'all gonna type in with that, but we gotta get straight into the conversation, man. So there's a couple things that we wanted to talk about, man, and then we talked about it a little bit earlier about depression, about life, about holidays, about the world. I want to dive into depression first. For the people that's dealing with depression, me and him been reading this book about depression. Do I want to go into that? Yeah, we're gonna go into that
for
first,
sure.
man. We're gonna go into that first.
I'll say the reason why I recommended you the book is because, I mean, as you know, they probably don't know, I have a plethora of Afrocentric Black focused books, other works and materials. Last time I counted, I had 105 different books in my personal book collection. I like physical copies. But applying what happened in the past to the present is imperative to not just your individual progression, but our overall progression as a people. A lot of people think history is just a set period of time and dates and it happened in the past, but there's no correlation to the present, or what happened in the past isn't important. What happened in the past has nothing to do with the present, but the present is predicated or built upon the past. Whatever happens in the past is happening now, currently in the present. A lot of people just like to celebrate Black history, but they don't study Black and or African history. And that's why nowadays we've been seeing these periods of being stagnant or complacency instead of progressing as a people. And one reason why is because when it comes to depression, if you study the history of depression pertaining to the masses of Black and or African people on an international global aspect, it's always affected us. Like a lot, this generation nowadays, they say, "Oh, mental health, this is and that." It's kind of, they'll verbally profess it, but they're not really taking the necessary steps to really, work on their internal conflictions. Like, it's a lot of folks that say suicide is a white people's thing, especially old folks. They say, "Man, suicide is for white folks." But if you really think about it, suicide is one of the extreme, the last stages of depression. A lot of people say there's different causes for depression, chemical imbalances, and a lot of other different possibilities. But depression has always been amongst our people. You can even look at the transatlantic slave trade. During the transatlantic slave trade, you had the Middle Passage, where you had what was it called? The Middle Passage. Yeah, the Middle Passage, where you had our African and Black ancestors choosing to kill themselves, jump overboard, rather than be subjected to slavery or any type of physical bondage. You had Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was extremely depressed. Everybody knows his "I Have a Dream" speech. When you think about his speech, "I've been to the mountaintop," he's saying certain terms, certain phrases, and certain vocabulary and sophisticated sounding metaphors. But when you break it down, he's basically saying he's depressed. He was basically saying, "Oh, I don't want to be a martyr. I might not be able to see the progression of our people. This is and that." Malcolm X was seeing a psychiatrist. He was seeing a therapist 2-3 times a day during the height of his prime. Martin Luther King was chilling with his friend Haley Belafonte, and Martin Luther King said, "I feel as if I've integrated my people into a burning house," because he was depressed that Black people hadn't gained any tangible, concrete, or economic gains or benefits, nothing tangible. It was only that feel good spiritual stuff. Social integration is one thing, but economic integration, we didn't own anything. So that's another reason why he was depressed.
So let me ask you this with the depression thing. I've dealt with depression. Are you dealing with depression right now, or have you been working on it? And then what are some things you've done to, work on your depression since you've read this book or just before? So just examples for yourself.
Oh, yeah. So it's a few things that, first of all, it's hard not to be depressed in this capitalistic society because there's a lot of corporate greed and it's a lot of things. This is why it's important to study history, so you can identify and pinpoint the things that are happening in the world today, specifically with in America, what's happening for them to kind of keep us depressed, but not depressed enough to where we just, fully rebel and cause an insurrection against the power that be. Hence why Frederick Douglass said, holidays were created to kill the spirit of insurrection amongst the slaves of the black and African individuals. The reason why I read so many books is because I'm not just gaining information, I'm also gaining inspiration. That's what helps me, not
depression.
Yeah, with my depression, not stay so pessimistic, but rather optimistic for the future. I'm reading about pivotal, notable black figures who had all these significant contributions to not just the masses of black people, but humanity as a whole. And that tells me, okay, they went through the same thing I'm going to. I got to add modern contemporary elements to it.
What was some of the some of the solutions?
Some of the solutions is, I'll say,
well, matter of fact, before we say theirs, what were some of your solutions?
Some of my solutions is, first of all, no matter what you involve yourself in, you got to know your history. Because if you don't know where you came from, then you don't know where you're going. So you have to know your history, because that'll give you that inspiration. Then you have to be able to pinpoint, what are you passionate about? What do you like to do? What are you good at? What are your qualifications, skills, and abilities and capabilities? Then figure out, okay, how can I not just help myself, but help my people as well? Because if you just help yourself, that's an individualistic mindset. That's not going to help anybody if you have an individualistic mindset. It takes a tribe to raise a child. You have to have a thorough sense of community to really help the people. But reading books helps me. Community work, because a lot of people don't realize how much doing community work can keep you elated and in tranquility and not cause you to be depressed or not succumb to the extreme devastating effects of depression if it goes untreated or if it's prolonged for an extended period of time. So community work will, I'm not going to say it's going to alleviate your depression, but it'll help you cope with it. Keep you hopeful for better times to come with community work, learning about your history.
So I got a question, not to interrupt you. I just was thinking about this. I've been asking a lot of people this lately.
Yeah.
When the last time you cried?
I ain't cried in a minute.
For real?
Yeah, it's crazy because when I was reading that book, it was talking about a lot of black men don't even cry. For the ones that are Christians
you cry
and
internally?
Muslims, I mean, yeah, I do. Secretly, I cry on the inside. I just don't be letting it out. I mean, I live by myself anyway.
Why is that? Was that just the way you was raised?
I mean, yeah, it was the way I was raised, and it's no fault to my mom or grandma, aunties, nothing like that. It's just the social conditioning or indoctrination of, and this ain't even black men, this is men in general, not to cry publicly or not to let a lot of individuals seeing you crying or shedding tears, or because you be deemed as being weak, and that's a part of manhood is strength and power. So
you said you ain't cried in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you still holding a lot in there?
I don't feel like I'm holding a lot in because with my documentary, I let a lot out. I give a lot of speeches and lectures. I'm an orator.
So you released that way.
Yeah, that's my release. But I was able to pinpoint what I'm good at, what am I passionate about, and like I was saying earlier, that helps me, fight depression, not succumb to it, and go to the extreme route.
Okay, yeah, because for me, I deal with depression on and off. I think it's really just because of where I see myself, and also like you saying, you got to be super strong, and not even just for the men. I feel like the people that's in a position that got to be the strong parent, got to be the strong friend.
Yeah,
it's like that's what make you depressed. Everybody's coming to you with their problems.
I get that a lot, man, because it's like, oh, that's Brother Jamaal, that's the Black Power, the positive guy. But it's hard not to be depressed, even with all I've accomplished, my community work, my unique products and services, documentary, all that stuff. It's still hard not to be depressed because we're going through a rent crisis right now in the state of Indiana, and on a national scale. It's hard not to be depressed about that because Indiana is one of 5 states that doesn't have rent escrow laws. Right. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, for example, this past summer, my AC was out for 2 months. And it was 100+ degrees outside, and it was hot outside this summer.
They ain't do nothing. You said for how many months?
Bro, for 2.5 months, I had no AC, bro. Yeah. But Indiana doesn't have rent escrow laws, so there's nothing I could do about that. We're one of only 5 states that doesn't have rent escrow laws, so I was depressed about that. Basic life essentials. The prices of basic life essentials are rising, but wages aren't rising. So that's leading people into destitution, hopelessness, distress. Oh, why they are acting like that? Bro, it's inevitable for them to act like that. They're not evil, sadistic, nefarious, or malevolent. They're just reacting to their condition with being afflicted with. That's causing depression, inflation. Bro, holidays are causing people. I ain't trying to get out. You know I be going, bro. I ramble. That's why I'm a great speaker, bro. Holidays are the worst thing to ever happen to black people, bro. I'm telling you, none of these holidays make sense. The reason why Frederick Douglass said, and I quote, holidays were created to kill the spirit of insurrection amongst the slaves or amongst black and or African people, melanated individuals, or people with African genotype, is because how many months in a year? 12 months, right? There is almost every month one major holiday deemed worthy of celebrating. How do you celebrate a holiday?
Spending money, basically.
Spending money, right? Who gets that money, bro? White folks. Yeah. The American government gets that money, right?
It's funny you would just, because we talked about that earlier where I was like, bro, you know, all of us buy all these toys. I don't know one black person that own a toy company. I don't know one black person that own a tree, Christmas tree, Christmas lights.
Yeah.
And
it's economically exploiting black people to financially benefit, economically and socially benefit the massive white individuals or people in the American government or the powers that be. First of all, bro, Christmas is the worst out of all of them. It makes no sense. And people say, oh, you going against Christianity, you offended Christians. All right, open up your Bible. Christmas ain't even mentioned in the Bible one time. I've read the Bible, bro. I've read the Quran. I've read a lot of different books. Christmas ain't mentioned one time. Bro, is it not, we talk about this all the time. Is it not weird? What happened to stranger danger? You got your child sitting on a random man's lap because he's Santa in the middle of a mall. This is what I want. This is my name. This is my parents' name. This is where I live. Dang, bro. What? You giving out all your personal business? What happened to stranger danger? You telling your kids don't talk to strangers. And then it goes to the white savior complex. You working all these jobs, double times at your job, doing all this hard work and labor to give your kids a so-called good Christmas, and then you giving credit to a white man. Then you lying to your kids. I thought you're supposed to tell your kids not to lie. And then
he going crazy,
saying,
y'all.
And then what do they call Christmas? Xmas. You heard Christmas referred to as Xmas?
I haven't heard that yet.
Some people refer to Christmas as Xmas. Back in high school, I think it was pre-algebra, maybe algebra 1, where they said solve for X, the missing variable. X is the unknown. You don't know what X means. That's why Malcolm X changed his name before his El Haj Malik El Shabazz to Malcolm X, because he didn't know his last name due to slavery, his family's slave master's name. X is the unknown. They call it Xmas because you don't know what you celebrating, bro. It don't make no sense. It's the celebration of the winter solstice. It's an evil, sadistic, disgusting holiday to fatten the pockets of white folks. Thanksgiving makes no sense. Bro, Thanksgiving is nothing but a highlight reel or a celebration of white folks killing non-white individuals to take their land and other resources, bro. Oh, we need to be thankful. You can be thankful every single day. Why do you have to be thankful on the one day that white folks want you to be thankful for? And how are you thankful? By spending money so they can keep on getting that bag, getting that bread on that one holiday a month that they're trying to get some money from black folk for. Bro, we were enslaved during the first Thanksgiving. Them pilgrims was killing the indigenous individuals or Native Americans in mass, bro, in droves. And we supposed to celebrate Thanksgiving. We were still in shackles. Black folk were still in bondage during Thanksgiving. Easter is crazy. Oh, we gonna let the kids do an Easter egg hunt. Bro, what do you mean an Easter egg hunt? Oh, the Easter bunny is laying some eggs for the kids. What's another word for a rabbit? Or a bunny? A rabbit, right? You know, Bugs Bunny. He's a rabbit, or you can say a bunny. Rabbits don't even lay eggs. So what do you mean a Easter bunny lays some eggs for the kids? The 4th of July is ridiculous. You are a coon if you celebrate 4th of July. That's top 5 worst holidays for black people.
I feel like this though. I feel like a lot of us is wavering away from 4th of July,
Definitely.
Thanksgiving, because you're right. Most of them days, we spend a lot of money that don't come back to us.
It doesn't circulate back to us at all.
And a lot of people do be depressed trying to keep up. Imagine going on social media, you seeing somebody else have all this. Now you trying to keep up now. Like you said, you going to work doing double, triple, all type, whatever it's called. Just to get your kids something that's, you know.
And then it takes you months to financially recover from all that. What major holiday just passed last week, bro?
It was Christmas, right?
Christmas, right? Think about all the money black folks spent on Christmas. How long it's gonna take them? It takes black people on average 4 to 6 months to financially recover from Christmas. 4 to 6 months to financially recover from Christmas, bro. Come on, man. It's like if you gonna lie to me, you gotta lie to give me a better lie than that. When it comes to these holidays and all this other stuff, bro, it just makes no sense. It's right in your face. I'm able to detect and identify when it's some anti-blackness or something that's going to regress black people rather than progress black people because I've studied my history and I can correlate it or parallel it to the present and improve my overall quality of life in the future. But I've given that to the people as well.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Not to continue to go in that, but I just want to say a few more things because we got a little bit more time. But the craziest thing that I seen, bro, was how a lot of these big companies, Target, Walmart, during Black History Month, guess what they do? They put products that's not owned by black people, but put Black History on it. They make a section for Black History.
Yeah. That feeds right into the white savior complex once again. There's innumerable examples of white savior complex. I can use Christmas. I can use Indiana right now with the mayoral debate. I can use first of all, bro, it don't matter if you're a Christian, a Muslim, a Catholic, even the atheists have to agree Jesus wasn't a white man. There's no way he could have been a white man. Jesus was a brother. If Jesus was around in the 60s, white folks would tell him, hey, get your black, you know what, in the back of the bus if Jesus came back, bro. I ain't gonna cuss on your podcast. I'm just saying, bro, Jesus had skin like bronze and hair like wool. He was a brother, right? So why is it that white people say, oh, it don't matter what color Jesus was? If it didn't matter what color Jesus was, why did they change his skin tone in the first place? So black people could be like, oh, if Jesus is white, that means white people are superior if Jesus was white. And I'm getting to what you were saying. The white savior complex, that's one example. The second one, you got Mayor what's his name? Holcomb going on a black church tour. When was the last time he went to a black church, bro? He's recently gone on a black church tour to get that black vote. He has been in office for how long, and he has not provided any concrete, tangible benefits for the massive black residents, bro. White savior complex. Why are we voting for him? He ain't did nothing to help us.
Dr. Umar be so proud of you.
Hey, man, I met him one time. He's supposed to hit me up. He said we was gonna do something with a new board game. But he hit me.
Hey, if you listen to this on YouTube, y'all got a comment to say Dr. Umar be so proud of you. Comment that.
I'm just saying, bro.
I'm gonna pivot a little bit.
Yeah. I know I be rambling.
Nah, you went crazy on that part. I'm gonna take so many clips out of that. But cause we got a little bit left, and I really want to pivot to achievements.
Definitely.
And we was talking about just being grateful for where you at. With everything that you've achieved this year, how have you took it in and been grateful? And what advice would you give to someone else that's listening to this on?
So I didn't
being grateful for where they at.
Just being great. Okay, grateful for where we at. I didn't even realize that I wasn't fully appreciating all my accomplishments and my degree or level of triumph and my strong or profound degree of fortitude until I read that book, Black Men in Depression by John Head. I think I finished that book 3 weeks ago. Because sometimes when you're so depressed, you don't even realize, consciously aware that you are depressed when good things happen. And it's like, man, it's all right, you know. I don't really, in your head, you're like, I don't really deserve all this praise and recognition. It ain't really all that. Until I read that book, I'm like, dang, bro. And I was on the phone with you, 'cause, you know, we talk all the time. I'm like, bro, I just had a documentary. I sold 500 copies of my board game, my novel, my children's book, upcoming animated series, my community work, back to school drive, all this stuff we do for people.
Hey, talk that talk in the comments, Doc.
Yeah. Hey, nah, you for real, bro? Because I was so depressed, and I didn't even realize I was depressed until I'm reading that book and exposing the different traits and the different,
Not to interrupt you, but do you think you felt that way because you didn't get to live in the moment?
Yes. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm still having I was talking to my lady friend about that. I still have a huge difficulties with enjoying the moment. I talk about it in my documentary as well. It's stuff that happened when I was in the military. But living the moment is hard for me. I don't have no kids. I got a dog. His name's Shabazz. It's kind of like my son. But I don't got no kids. But I'm always worried about, man, I can't chill right now. I can't just be lackadaisy or complacent right now. Come on, I gotta keep moving, keep moving.
You can though.
You can.
You can.
And that's one thing I'm struggling with, and that's one thing I know, but it's gonna take me a while to get there because a lot of people think it's gonna boom happen just like that. It's gonna be a gradual process for me to be like, you know what, bro? Let me relax. Let me chill. Let me not worry about the next product. Let me not stop worrying about getting booked for this.
I feel you, bro, because that's how I was feeling too at first.
Mm-hmm.
But then, and you know, me and you do the same thing on the weekend. Sometimes we do the dove releases.
Yeah.
So y'all, we do the dove releases where we release doves at funerals sometimes.
Extra bread. Yeah.
Yep, on a weekend sometimes for the extra bread. And it made me appreciate the moment more, especially because it's like this year we've been going entrepreneurship, documentary shows. I'm getting awards.
Yeah.
You dropping books. We both dropped a book this year. Yeah. We doing this. We done did how many events? We did so many events this year.
We did like 6-7 events this year. Bro.
And I think since we be striving forward so much and be having so many plans, like next month we got hella stuff. We got a lot of stuff that we don't sit back and be like, dang, man, you just dropped a book this year.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I dropped the book this year. He dropped the book this year.
Yeah.
Dang, I'm really proud of myself. Like, I really did my thing, but I think mine's come from where it's like, I know where I can be. So me seeing the potential me makes the current me depressed because it's like, you ain't going hard enough. When in reality is, you are exactly where you're supposed to be.
Yeah. And another thing that helps me is, I'm always reading books, man. I'm learning about these other pivotal, notable black figures. When you read the story of triumph of Dick Gregory, bro, Dick Gregory was broke as a joke, bro. He was a comedian and an activist.
And a lot of them ain't hit their stride till they was.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Older, bro.
You see that Denzel Washington thing on
Twitter?
Bro,
he didn't get big till late 30s, early 40s, bro.
Early 40s, bro.
Yeah.
And I was like, he was 25 way back then. Y'all got to see
bro,
it.
In the 80s, he was in his 20s, bro. Dick Gregory didn't make it until he was older. Bro, he failed so much. He was broke for a long time. He grew up in extreme poverty. He didn't make it till his late 20s, early 30s. Malcolm X didn't get right to his late 20s, early 30s, bro.
I think it's the social media world that won't that make us want that instant gratification.
It's instant gratification, and they don't want to go through the trial and error phase or something. They think success just happens overnight.
Not only that, you're right. And I think the problem is because we striving towards it, and everybody else, like our family, is waiting. Oh, is he gonna do it? And so that makes us want it even more. Cause like, nah, I've been working hard. I'm gonna get it. You just gotta be patient. But it's just that's probably make some people want it more. But
yeah. Shoot, that definitely. What was I about to say? I'm about to say something.
Hey, that's why I love podcasts. I be doing that too.
Yeah,
I just tell somebody that. But nah, it was something else I was supposed to talk to you about. Let me see real quick.
Oh, I ain't say Valentine's Day. Yeah, Valentine's Day is a horrible holiday too. Cause why do I have to spend money to prove I love, cherish, and care about somebody on the one day they tell me to? I could do that any other day. Holidays just don't make sense at all.
Yeah, you're right. I wanted you to talk about we got about 2-3 minutes left. I wanted you to talk about, man, let's see, just you've achieved a lot, bro.
Yeah.
Like you have a lot of products that you acted on.
Mm-hmm.
How do a person get to that level with confidence?
With confidence?
Because you actually...
That's a good question.
I have too, but I want to hear what you will say on that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, well, first of all, you got to work on yourself first before you try to put out any product or service or do anything for anybody. You got to get yourself right internally. Get your fundamentals, your principles, morals, values, your self-identity. What is your destiny? You got to get all that together first before you put out anything. To do it with confidence, again, that's just character development, working on yourself. Who are you? Where do you come from? Stuff like that. What are you passionate about? What do you like to do? What are you good at? What areas do you need improvement? Stuff like that. And it takes consistency, man. Like a lot of people compliment me, but you heard my pitch for the board game. But I practiced that a lot.
Do it.
Yeah, bro. I used to practice it a lot.
Nah, you be killing it.
Yeah, it's just repetition, bro, and knowing what you selling, know the everything about the product or the service that you providing, and doing it in the black-tastic, organic, authentic fashion. Shoot.
Absolutely. Well, man, I think this was a good episode. It probably went fast to you, didn't
It
it?
really did go fast. I think I missed some stuff, but I know I'll be back on here again.
Nah, absolutely. I appreciate you for coming on. For the people that's watching and listening, man. I just hope we was able to inspire you from everything that we've done. We just trying to get it. We striving every day. We went hard this year. Give yourself grace if you don't give yourself grace.
Definitely. And one more thing, because people see me on social media and think I'm living this extravagant lifestyle. I'm just balling, going crazy. But like Brother Jamaal said, we do dove releases on the weekends for extra bread, man. I got a 9 to 5. I work Monday through Friday, 12 to 7 p.m. I got the part-time job doing dove releases on weekends for extra few dollars. I get a small military check. It ain't a lot, but it's something. Small military check. Then, I'm still trying to do my business stuff just to make ends meet. And I'm still having to grind just to get rent paid, my car note paid. So I just want to say to people that's feeling, like they failing and, life is just hitting me like this. But the economic climate that we in today is horrible, bro. Don't listen to your parents and all these other old folks. Man, when I was your age, I had this and I had that. Bro, houses was $2 back then. A car was $20 back then. I'm not trying to hear that. You know how much a loaf of bread is now? You know how much rent is right now? I'm not trying to hear that. Oh, people ain't having kids no more. Why you think we ain't having kids no more, bro? Shoot, like it's hard out here. So if I'm doing all that, bro, and to keep my business going and all this other stuff, I just said that to make somebody, feel reassured that you're doing all right. Keep grinding, keep going. It's gonna come through for you one day.
Absolutely. And appreciate y'all for tapping in with another one. Won't you let them know your Instagram and stuff real quick, and then we can end it.
For sure. My Instagram is Maal317, MAAL317. My Twitter is the same. My website, again, is brotherjamaalnelson.com. Or for anything, you can search Brother Jamaal Nelson on Google, and all my stuff is going to pop up. You'll see me on the Root Magazine, news channel, whatever. Brother Jamaal Nelson, and I'll pop up.
Absolutely. And like I told you at the last one, I'm going to rock this every episode, and you can get it growing mentally, physically, spiritually. I got it in different colors on my website at DemondHicks.com. Make sure y'all tap in with it. Peace.